you guys obviously now don't have Austin. Can you talk about your reaction to that?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough loss. Definitely feel for Corbs. Obviously, with what he was going through from last year, came over to the beginning of the year, and then now, definitely feel for him. We all support him, and unfortunately, that's the rough part of the business. So, it's next man up. We all have all the faith in the world in, and the unit and round around that and guys stepping up. But definitely feel for Corb on that.
So, with regard to the unit, how does losing a key piece like that affect you, like with timing, et cetera?
It doesn't affect anything. Doesn't affect our mentality. My mentality, us as a unit. Again, it's next man up. We have to step up again. It's tough, and that's the tough part about the sport. But we're all pros, we're all professionals. The expectation doesn't change. So it doesn't change anything about how we approach things.
Bryce, is there anything different about the communication when different guys are going in and out of that spot? I mean, really both those guard spots all year long.
No difference in communication. Again, that's part of the league. You're gonna have shuffling around. You're gonna always have movement. But you keep the same communication. We all prepare like we're ready to take every snap. That's something that Coach Reich emphasizes. Top to bottom on both sides of the ball. Just obviously just the nature of the sport. You never know when your time. When it's going to be your time. So you prepare. Like you're going to take every snap. So for us, everyone takes that mindset throughout the week. So there's no difference. We're all just ready to step up when our number's called.
Bryce, what about the feel, though? Like, because I would imagine the offensive line gets a sense of what you like to do, where you set up, where you like to move. Is it tough to build that rapport when guys are constantly shuffling in and out?
It's all collaborative. It's again, we all move as a unit, and just throughout practice, just how things are. It's not always the same unit out there. We move people around in practice, again, just to try to simulate what can happen, and again, just the nature of the sport. There's always going to be movement. So it's an imperfect sport. So you're going to have there's going to be obviously little small nuances that are going to be different, but at the same time, we all want to be cohesive. We all want to work as a unit, and whether that's going to be the exact same guys for however many games, for all 17, and then just like probably everyone else, there's always going to be shuffling, always going to be movement. Whether it's changing all the time, you still have to, it's still a collaboration. We still work together, and we all take that same approach of it's not just person by person, individual by individual, but our approach as a group.
Bryce, we already saw you play against CJ this year. Now you got Will. Is there a part of you that gets up a little bit more for games against other fellow rookie quarterbacks, same class, trying to show everybody what you got, kind of thing?
No, I have a ton of respect for obviously the other rookie quarterbacks. Know a lot of them well, and I have a ton of respect for them. But it's not about game's not about me. It's not about just two people. That's not at all how I think, how anyone thinks. It's about the team. It's about the unit, and I play for the guys around me, play for the team, and we all do that. So at the end of the day, no matter what, I want to go out there and win. For the guys that I'm playing with, for the coaching staff, for the organization, for the fans.
Knowing what you know now, specific to Austin's injury, what did it mean to you, or even what sort of impact knowing that he finished that game?
Yeah, I think it speaks to the person and the competitor that he is. Again, obviously, with what he's going through now, for him to get back up, go back, finish the game, fight through, that's not easy at all. That just speaks to the warrior mindset, the mentality that he has, and it shows day in and day out. It shows in the meeting rooms and practice, and obviously showed on Sunday. So it just deepens the respect that I have for him.
Bryce, we saw you connect with Stephen Sullivan on that 20-yard pass. He's a guy that's kind of had to battle his way into playing time through injury and what have you. What does he do on the field as a playmaker that makes him like an easy target and a guy that you can rely on downfield?
Yeah, hard worker, great attitude, brings great energy, great juice to the practice field, to the building, to the games, and then obviously extremely talented, a big target, big body guy that does a great job of being able to move and to get open, and just having a target like that, compiled with the work ethic and the attitude he has, it's super encouraging.
3 straight games on the road. Frank talked about having that mentality of kind of us against the world, backs against the wall type situation. Is there something to be said for getting out of town for a long stretch and just kind of being together and kind of fighting together?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously playing at Bank of America is amazing and it's great. But when you are able to go on the road, it's like you said, having a road stretch. You shift your mentality. You can go into hostile environments, and you got to make the best of it. And again, it's an opportunity for us to, like you said, just have that mentality of it's us against the world. Again, we know that we're going into stadiums where everyone wants to see us fail, everyone wants to see us lose, and we're all we have, and you find strength in that. You're able to rely on your brothers, rely on the coaching staff to get you through that. So I think it's a great opportunity.
Bryce, some of the guys in the locker room were talking about you after the Chicago game, kind of showing a little more emotion in your life because you're so steady. I mean, do you generally show more emotion when things are going well or when things are going poorly?
I don't know. I don't really have too much of a log, but I think I'm a human being. I don't think there is one specific thing that's always gonna trigger one reaction, whether it's negative or positive. As a leader, I try to do what's best to say and be what's necessary for the team, and obviously that's sometimes it's gonna be stuff that's subtle. Sometimes it's going to be stuff that's softer, quieter, just individual interaction, and sometimes it's going to be more, it's going to be more bold, it's going to be more emotional, and I try not to really dictate it off of how I feel in the moment or just my emotions, but what I feel like is best for the team as a leader. So I think that's kind of the approach behind it.
When did you kind of develop that, or when did you kind of adopt that approach? Was that an Alabama thing or something you didn't?
That's something really that I've just been working towards my whole life. I don't think it's something that you just have down at one point. At least the way I look at it is I'm always trying to grow, in all aspects of my life, really. And I think being a leader is no different. So I think that it's something from a really young age. It was kind of a journey that I started go on, and just over time, you grow and you build comfortably with yourself, comfortably with the people you're around, and just, being able to observe, try to grow as a leader. And again, I'm still on that mission to try to grow and get better. So I think it's just been something gradual that I've been chasing for really a good portion of my life.
Bryce, talk about what you see in the Titans matchup this week.
Yeah, really good team, really well-coached unit. They're a really good group. You could tell they play together, they play hard. They've done a lot of, they look, and it shows up on film. Again, definitely a tough mentality. Really good up front. Good in the box on the second level, and then a really good secondary as well. So again, for us, it's going to take everything throughout the week to make sure that we're in the position that we need to be to have the most success possible, and then take us to execute on Sunday. So we have a ton of respect for them, and we know it's going to be a challenge, and we're excited for that.
Bryce, kind of off the wall question here. Last time Panthers were in Nashville for a game, Cam Newton did the dab that kind of took over the nation. What do you remember about that? Do you remember at all what you did? Would it take off in California where you were?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not that young. But yeah, I definitely remember that. Just being a fan of football. You definitely remember Cam. And his stretch, or that being his celebration. So definitely have fond memories for me. That was when I was a little bit younger. But still, just being around football and watching the game, loving the sport. I definitely have a lot of memories of watching that.
You ever dad?
I think everyone under a certain age at some point has gone through that phase.
You want to show us one right now?
I do not at all, but I appreciate that offer. I'm going to leave that one in the past.
Hey, Bryce, can you give us a sneak peek? I don't know if you've been asked this into your Thanksgiving plans for tomorrow.
Just being able to spend time with family. Just be able to spend time with my parents and some other members of my family, which will be cool. And then obviously we're working tomorrow too, so that'll kind of be the first part of it. And then I've been talking with some people on the team, so might see what some people are really confident in their plates. So I might have to go see what that's about too.
There's hot debate over dressing, stuffing, sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie. Do you care to?
Dressing and stuffing, I don't like either, to be honest with you. Sorry, someone who's passionate about it. Yeah, and then definitely sweet potato pie over pumpkin, just personally.
How tough is Thanksgiving for an athlete in season? Everybody wants to overeat.
That's a great question. I think it is like at this point I've played it on all days, like relative to I played on a Friday, like in high school I played on a Saturday and then like on a Sunday. So I think it gets better like the later back it gets. But yeah, people don't take that into account. Like you got a game that weekend and the people who play on Thanksgiving or around that, like yeah, people don't think about that. Like you want to eat, but you can't just go crazy. Like you got to go to work the next day. Yeah, appreciate you letting me share that perspective. But you still try to enjoy it. But yeah, you do got to like still be in athlete mode. What
You're having salad?
Yeah, for sure. Got to. Got to balance it out.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving.